Farage is a very interesting character because it sort of reminds me of what I've read happened in the UK in conservative politics in the run-up to the Second World War. There were a lot of Brits who thought Hitler was A-OK. And a lot of those Brits, you know, it took years for them to change
Oswald
their minds.
Mosley types.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. People forget that the British Fascist Party was a real thing.
It was a real thing, and there were members of the royal family that were members of it.
By the way, thank you so much to Peter for becoming a monthly supporter over on Rumble.
Peter.
Much appreciated. Okay, so let's talk about the politics here. I mean, Trump is going to. I think I've got to think that the reason Trump's not all in on this plan is he knows that it probably won't work, and he doesn't want to get behind a plan that's likely to fail.
That's right.
And then he'll be made fun of, and he hates that.
That's right. Yep.
So
yeah, there are a lot of moving parts here, and in the end, look at it this way too. Donald Trump does things that benefit Donald Trump. So how does this benefit Donald Trump? It doesn't really.
I mean, I would think that it would be look, I think that the Republican Party is planning to go after Mamdani as basically turn him into their bitch for the next 4 years. I wouldn't be so sure it's going to work. He seems like a really smart young man.
Yep.
Who's surrounding himself with some older, seasoned New Yorkers who are going to hold his hand over at Gracie Mansion and at City Hall. And they're going to tell him how things work. And I don't think he's just going to go in there like a bull in a china shop. I mean, he's been running a fucking great campaign.
I think you're right. Which is funny because, Ted, you remember better than I. You're a New Yorker. When Mamdani came out ahead, so many on the right, or not even really on the right, in the center and on the right, said, this is a fluke. It's temporary. We're going to keep running. Everybody's going to coalesce around Cuomo, and the DNC is going to live happily ever after. And that's not happening.